My name is Colleen, and this is my kitchen. I've struggled with my weight my entire life. After trying every diet in the book without any success, I came to the realization that diets don't work. I started my journey in January 2010 at a size 26W, weighing just over 300 pounds. By July 2011, I had lost over 120 pounds and reached my goal of a size 12, no W. And I have kept the weight off ever since. What's my secret? Eating healthy and moving more. Now I'm here to show you how you can make food that is healthy and delicious and lose weight just like I have. Because if I can do it, you can too.
Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I have a really delicious menu for you. We're going to be going slightly Asian with some seafood here. We're going to be making a lime ginger salmon, and we're going to serve that over teriyaki rice, and I'll show you how we get that started. It has to start with marinating our salmon. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and get our lime ready, and I want the zest and the juice of one lime, and so I'm going to start by zesting that, and you want to be careful not to get it into the white part of the lime peel because that can get really bitter. Now that I have that zested, I'm going to go ahead and take the juice of the lime here. And then let's add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And finally, I want to grate up about 1 tablespoon of ginger root, fresh ginger root. And I'm not going to peel it because I don't need, I'm not going to actually use the ginger, I'm just going to get the juice out of it. So for that, I'm just going to start by grating up 1 tablespoon of the ginger root here. Once I have the ginger root grated, what I do is I just gather all of that ginger root into my hand, just like so, and then I just squeeze it right over my bowl to get all that juice out of that pulp. And then the pulp itself, I'm just going to discard. Like I said, all I wanted was the juice. Just like that. And that's all the marinade is. 3 very easy ingredients. Let's just whisk that up. And so all that's left is to pour it over my salmon. I have a 1-pound fillet that I've already taken the skin off of here. And I'm going to start by pouring about half of it over the top. Kind of rub that in a little bit, make sure all that lime zest sticks to it. Then I'm going to turn it over so my cut side is down and the skin side is up, and pour the remainder of it. Now ideally you would want to let this sit overnight. If you can prepare this ahead of time and let it sit overnight, then it's going to absorb so much more flavor. Otherwise, you want to let it sit for at least an hour so that it really absorbs some of those flavors from the lime and the ginger and the soy sauce. So I'm going to cover this up, put it in my fridge for an hour, and I'll see you back here in a little bit. Our hour is just about up on our salmon, so I'm going to go ahead and get our teriyaki rice started. And that's going to start with sauteing a shallot. And so I just have 1 shallot here, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and mince this up. Take off that outer papery layer there first. And I have my pan heating over medium heat. I've sprayed it with just a little bit of olive oil cooking spray. And And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these shallots to that and then cook the shallots up until they've browned a little bit. My shallots have browned up really nicely, so now I'm going to add 1 cup of a quick cooking brown basmati rice. And I'm going to stir that around in my pan to make sure that those grains get coated with the oil that's in there and really mixed up with those shallots. And then I'm going to let them toast for about 2 minutes. So we'll let this toast up, let those grains get just a little bit brown before we add any water in here. Instead of adding the normal 2 cups of water to 1 cup rice, what I'm going to do is add a 1/4 cup of a teriyaki sauce. And I'm going to sub that for some of the water here. So I add that 1/4 cup of teriyaki sauce and then 1 3/4 cups of water. I'm going to use the back of my spoon just to scrape up any bits left over from when I sauteed that shallot. Add the rest of my water. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring this to a boil. Turn up my heat, bring it to a boil. Once it boils, I'm going to simmer it, cover it, and let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. This is a quick cooking rice, so you want to make sure to check your package and see what the cooking time, recommended cooking time is. Mine is 15 minutes. However, when I add the teriyaki sauce, it adds a little heaviness to the dish, and I find it takes about 5 minutes longer to cook than it normally does. So I'm going to let it cook for 20 minutes. But again, check your package of rice that you're using and go from add about 5 minutes to the cooking time on whatever that is on there. Now that our rice is cooking, let's go ahead and get our salmon grilling. And for that, I'm using a nice cast iron grill pan that has nice deep ridges here, so I'll get a nice grill-like texture to my fish. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of olive oil, and that's going to help keep it from sticking. And then let's go ahead and get that salmon out that's been marinating. And I want to grill it, do the first grill on the side where the fillet was, where the skin was. So I'm going to go ahead and put that side down. I'm going to have my pan on medium-high initially to get a nice grill on that side. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down to medium. I want to let it cook just for about a minute on each side first, just to get those grill marks, and then I'll flip it again and cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Our rice is cooked up. So let me show you how I serve this up, and that starts with a bed of baby spinach. I have 1 ounce of fresh baby spinach, hasn't been cooked, it's raw, and what I'm going to do is use the warmth of the rice that's just finished cooking up to wilt that down just a little bit. And so I want just shy of 1 cup of this delicious teriyaki rice that we've made. And what I like to do is go ahead and press it into a measuring cup to give it some shape when I put it in here, when I put it on the plate, I should say. Just like that. Just makes it look a little bit nicer, don't you think? And then I have a piece of that salmon that we've been cooking up. Just going to lay that right over the top, just like that. And for a finishing touch, I'm going to take a wedge of lime and just drizzle that right over the top. Perfect. Dinner is ready. I have lime ginger salmon over teriyaki brown rice on a nice bed of baby spinach. I'm going to go sit down and enjoy my dinner. I hope you'll give this a try. Let me know what you think. And until then, I will see you next time in my kitchen.